Hello everyone, welcome back to Yokai Temple, and we're just down here in the village for a quick moment, because I feel like I've opened like every episode for the past, 2 years more or less inside of the complex. More or less, nothing really has changed down here. I had to change a couple of things around just by virtue of people getting a bit silly. But I think we're running around quite smoothly now. I have told Kame to stop picking up pufferfish and clownfish over here, so we're down to a fair bit. But on the other hand, we have a whole ton of food in here now, which is what we're looking for in Soko no Hayashi. I still need to build this house. That might be my next time lapse, is just this house. Also, the lighting in this video goes very strange for, this section. That's because it's a really weird kind of day right now, so yeah. Clouds and bright sunlight, apparently, are a bad combination when you're trying to do videos. But anyways, hey Mizuki. Oh, that reminds me, actually, just thinking of it, there was somebody from the last episode that I did not happen to have the time to actually, introduce. So, they should be walking around here. Hey, Yumiko. Oh, yeah, I think I hear them. Nope. Yep, they're hiding from me. There we are. Sumi-san, who is presently responsible for supplying all of these dinner plates with the correct items, so that everybody can come up here in the bathhouse and just sort of relax. Quick meal. It's a very nutritious kind of meal, so it works quite nicely. And they just live right there. So, yeah. Just thought I'd introduce them, because I didn't have the chance last time. I'm hoping to add it to... Not even going to ask. I'm hoping to add a whole ton more people very soon, because we've got all the houses, so it's more or less just a matter of finding a niche for them to fill, because as we know, having everyone wandering around as they please leads to a massive problems, as we can see from our shrine priests over there. Did a little bit of rewiring on the Resonant matrix, we'll probably get to see that in a moment, but the big thing over here that you can see is that we have now moved pretty much all of the quantum jars away. All I've got over here are the primal aspects, most of which are pretty heavy up, although I'm still kind of low on air. And also the textures on the interior of the quantum jars seem to have returned. They're now more or less the same color as the regular wooded jar, but I actually have one that's full right now. It doesn't actually go all the way up to the top, so I don't know what's going on with that, whether that's intentional or a texturing bug, I don't know. But that's what it looks like at max capacity. Seems kind of low to me, and it only shows up to about 65 essence. But yeah, suffice to say, also, I made wooded jars beneath these because the Technomancy ones are still not recognized by the Locus. I have read on GitHub a small discussion about this bug, and it seems like Technomancy is going to sort that out on their end so that Locus can read them. But for now, I just have a 64 wooded jar beneath things whenever I can, which means that our Locus can now read them. Look at all them essences. Yay. And they can all get sucked through this Ascension Mirror over to the Resonant Matrix so that everything goes hunky-dory during our infusions now. And there are just so many ideas coming out of all this knowledge. So, in the Eldritch, I had a small little epiphany as well, a little revelation, and I think that there are other worlds. Now, I realize that sounds completely absurd, why would there be more than one world? But I think that there's a whole ton of them. There's a whole multi-kind of verse, and that is a really tantalizing idea. I wonder what kind of spirits live there, what kind of things go on in those other worlds. Also found this little thing, One Focus Primal. I could probably make this with not too much difficulty. I'm not entirely certain what it does. It looks kind of unstable, honestly. I might not want to test. I might want to have a whole test section for that. There's also void metal caps and some void metal, and there's this new thing of void thaumaturge robes. Not 100% certain if they're in my style, but that looks pretty nice nonetheless. Auto-Magi has also seen some new additions. So there's that, and I want to check this out later, but I don't know if I have the time right now. But there is just so much stuff going on. Ooh, glowing amber, yay. So, what we are up to today is we are sorting out getting our essentials out of cooking and into these jars, and the straightforward way to do that appears to be a golem. Now, there's a bunch of different options that I could go for with this, but the one I'm going to go for is a flesh golem. We're going to deal in flesh today. So, got me block of flesh. You get that just from making the rotten flesh into a 9x9. Well, a 9 into a 3x3. And you can do that whether or not you've got the research, so just as a thought, you know. And let me see, what are we going to need? We are going to need... Humanus Crucible. Okay, so this will be in our little alchemical construct over here. So we're going to need Humanus, Motus, and Spiritus, which I thankfully already have in jars. So this should be fairly straightforward. So I shove that in there. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so there's Humanus. I have a little bit more in here, so let's grab it. Grab it like a cabbit. Grab it like it is cool, I guess. So many funny jokes lately. Right. Stick that in. Right. And Motus next. And yeah, this isn't the most organized of things. You can see it's stretching quite far. There's only two crystalline eyes in there, and one of them is hooked up to here, which is grabbing these, and then the one is just hooked up to this Praecantator, which is getting all of this. So it's a pretty neat little system. It gets us quite a bit of control over stuff. Okay, Spiritus. Ooh, looks like I have just enough Spiritus for this. We should be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. But we need Motus. Let me see, there you are. 44 in the quantum jar. I'm trying to prioritize the quantum jars. The slight annoying thing, I think, is that this golem might end up filling the quantum jars before the smaller ones. There we go. Whoop. Okay, one flesh golem. But he's not quite done just yet. We do still have a bit more to do with him. Let me grab my... there you are. Okay, grab that. Give him a scan. What's he got in him? More or less exactly what we put into him. Minus a little bit, which I presume is from creation. So, let's see. What do we need to do to him next? Now we need to make him an advanced golem. So... to make him into an advanced golem, brainy guys like Kegare down here, we need to perform a runic infusion. So let me see. This was one of the bigger pieces of the forbidden knowledge kind of thing over here. So we need a water jar, gunpowder, glowstone dust, redstone, a zombie brain, and we need Victus, Sensus, and Cognitio, all of which we have in abundance over there. So that should be fine. So let me just stick him in here for the moment. Whoop. That is not what I meant to do, sir. Sir? Oh dear. Okay, I might need to quickly make a Golemancer's bell. But that's 4 nether quartz and a stick. Okay, we can manage that really, really quickly. Because I got a bunch of the stuff I want this guy to do. Anyways, down we come. Get ourselves a thing. And doop-a-doop-a-doop. I see the Tori around. I feel like the Tori probably needs like some friends. The Tori is probably feeling a bit lonely. It's the only one of its kind around here. Doop, 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 doop. Strictly speaking, you're supposed to have Tories that go straight up to the temple, like a sequence of them. Oop, I guess I have to do this in an arcane. Okay, that's fine by me. Drop off that lever. Not quite sure why I have it. I also need to really set up these doorways to timers and such so that they can actually open at dawn and close at night, which would be a bit safer for people, especially the ones that keep wandering and end up going outside the walls. You know, I don't know exactly why, but I certainly don't feel like breaking anything. I could probably do that without breaking anything, that's fine. You know, got to keep in, like, the Shinto method, got to keep in peace in, like, nature and whatnot. We're fine, we're fine. Okay, Golemancer's bell. This is what we need to use to pick him up again. Should be fine, should be fine. Okay, so... there we go. So, no, how do I get you into the pedestal? Here is my question. Because he has to go in there. Into the... this is going to be a pain, isn't it? This is going to be a huge pain. I can see it coming. Do I have to shift right click? There we go. Okay, so I have to shift right click the golem into the pedestal. Duly noted. Something I might need to know for later. Okay, so we need a water jar, a zombie brain, and all of that stuff. I came prepared. Yay! Okay, so that's there, and then this here, and this there, and that there. And our components that we needed are Cognitio, Sensus, and Victus, all in at least 8. I think I have like full jars of those, so this should be fairly straightforward. So let's see, Victus, yep, Cognitio, yep, well that's just actually 18, but that's fine, and Sensus is at 64, so this should work perfectly. And what's the instability on this? Minor. Not a problem. Not a single problem whatsoever. So, here goes nothing. So out it's going out of the essential locus, which means everything can come in at the exact same speed because it's all traveling the exact same distance. Okay, items going in, everything's looking good. Oop, there goes the bottle. And there we go. Okay, so we've got ourselves a new brainy golem. One advanced flesh golem. Nice. Oh yeah, and that was the extra bit of wiring I did. So now, in addition to checking when this is actually like emptied and then put back, it's also checking for whenever the pedestals are up and the central pedestal is emptied. So when I take the golem out there, it immediately lowers the pedestals because it assumes that I'm aware of what's going on. A lot of you wanted me to try and put something on the central pedestal and then just use that, but I kept thinking it's a lot easier to put the items in the pedestals when they're on the floor. This is sort of like a compromise position, I guess. But let's see, we've got our golem now, and he's pretty smart already, I imagine. Kekerai seems to think so anyways. But he can't really do anything. To get him to do stuff, we kind of need to make some cores. Now, a core is going to require a little bit more alchemy. So, let's just move these back, because we don't need them around here anymore. Whoop. And hopefully we won't have to do this kind of tossing and turning and such at all later. And that was our Spiritus, as I recall. Yeah, which can go there. Oh, he's going to put all sorts in there, I'm sure. Anyways, let's see. First thing we're going to need is a bit of Nitor, which I haven't made, at least on camera yet. But we're going to find out how to do that right now. Fairly straightforward. Yep, there it is. That's exactly what we want. So, that's going to require some Ignis, some Lux, and some Potentia. Now, I only have a water jar full of Lux, so yeah, enjoy that. And it wants Ignis. Ignis is one of the few ones that I don't have over here. That's still over here, just so that we have instant access to it. There we go. And also because of all of the ones that are used in like infusions, the primaries, the primals seem to be like the most important. So it seems logical to keep them over there. I could have them all right over here by the locust, but for now it's fine. Okay, and now we just need Potentia. Very straightforward. Ah, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. I think I might be becoming a bit unhinged. And now, I'm having a lot of fun lately. This is so much fun. Okay, Potentia. Where did I put Potentia? There it is. 104. Usually the ones that I happen to have like a stack of in their water jars are the ones that I have. There we go. So, are the ones that I have like extras of. Okay, so Nitor goes there. And where's my hand? There's my hand. Okay, some brick. And into there. Gets us a Golem Animation Core. Doesn't do anything just yet, but we can make it do quite a bit. So, we've got our default core, and now we need to turn it into a decanting core with some aqua and some vacuos. So that is another step here. So no, we don't want that. That is for gathering. That is for emptying and filling. One for harvest. One for guarding. One for decanting. Okay. So, we need some aqua and some vacuos. We can do that fairly straightforward. And one of the big constraints of the locus is that the jars have to be touching. They must be getting down with each other. They must be in close physical contact. Even if it's just like one other jar. It works. Okay. So aqua is over here. And I think I have a vacuos somewhere. Shouldn't be hard to come by. And then we can get this guy to decant. Now, there are a zombie over there. Okay. Hello. How are you? Thank you. And thank you for your donation to potentially make more flesh golems. Okay, so aqua. Just give you that. And we also need vacuos, which is actually one of the few ones that has more in its water jar than it does in its quantum. Okay. Just enough, evidently. So that gets us our golem animation core for decanting, and what we need to turn that into is a alchemy. So that is another arcane infusion. That is 3 water bottles and a water jar. We're going to need to move the aqua back over there, but everything else should be fine. So let me stick that there, grab that. It's a bit of a crafting tree today. It's a bit of a crafting episode, but, you know, the upside is that it'll be so much easier to get aspects back into things now. So, worry not. We'll be back on our fun times soon enough. Not to say that this isn't fun. This is, like, a lot of fun. Okay, so 3 water bottles and a watered jar are what we shall need. And there's just 4 of these ingredients, so that makes this really easy to position. And there. Okay. And what's the instability on this one then? This one is also a minor, so yay. It can't drink, but that's fine. We're not asking it to. We are respectful of its choices at this party. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, yeah, I'm going loopy. I'm going really loopy. I haven't been sleeping very much lately. That kind of has to be said. I mean, look, it's night right now. It's starry night. But, you know, just getting stuff done, just thinking about stuff, getting all of this, like, really cool research done. I'm really curious to work out if there's any way we can talk to those other dimensions, if there's any way we can, like, I don't know, tap through a wall or something. Because there's just, like, so much cool stuff we could do if we could do that. I mean, imagine if they could visit. It'd be so cool. Okay, taking in the ingredients. And there we go. So that is our golem animation core of alchemy. So if we give this to our little flesh golem guy, we should be able to get him to start actually, like, taking stuff out. So hey there, little guy. There you go. So oh, you don't have any locations marked just yet, so hang on. Let me tell you about over here and over here. Okay, so now you should know what to do if I burn some stuff. So let me see. If I've got some... Oh, no, we're full on Santa right now. What is in leather? I swore I could swear I knew what was in leather once upon a time. Did I feed that memory to Kagure? I can't remember. Alright, let's burn some leather. Let's get some of this stuff in. Okay. So, if I stick that in there and get a bit of coal, which I could also swear I had around here. There it is. Good. My memory's terrible. My memory's getting worse by the day. Alright. So we start that going. And I could have sworn he would have worked this. Hang on. Let's check our books. Let's figure out what's going on here. Okay. So, with the Golem Core of Alchemy. Alchemy golems assigned to an arcane furnace or alembic will draw an essential from the entire stack of alembics and transport it to marked watered jar. It is not required to mark every single jar. Yeah. We'll prioritize nearby jars first, and we'll try to fill an entire jar before starting a new one. Yes. Favor labeled jars over unlabeled ones. Alchemy golems can also transport essentia between most over essentia storage containers and blocks that accept essentia. So this is the right one. So why aren't you at work, sir? Why aren't you doing stuff? What are you missing? Interesting. You should be quite happy at getting that stuff over here. But apparently you're not, for some strange reason. Okay, let me pick you up a sec. Let me take a look at you. 2 marked locations, core alchemy, golem blazer, yep. So, that's definitely alembic. I think I see, right. Alembic is full. Yep, I know. That's fine, we kind of expect that to happen. That's like, why we need him here? Because he can enter these things faster than I can. Okay, maybe he needs some upgrades. Maybe he just can't quite see it. I can't, like, right-click on him to tell him anything. Okay, so to fix that, we can make some upgrades. So, for example, we can increase his carry limit by giving him an Earth Shard-based Golem upgrade. We can increase his movement speed by giving him an Air one. I can give him a Water upgrade to give him his, to give him a better, like, view of the world. So we want Water, Air, and Earth. And we're going to need a few ingots. There we go. Okay, now we just bring those into here where we are perfectly fine for crafting. That's good. So, round about there. So that gets us an upgrade for air, an upgrade for earth, and an upgrade for water. Now, golems can only have a handful of these. So I hope this kind of works. You can see them on these little, like, parts in his crotch there, so, yep. And last one. No, his hands still appear to be tied. Okay, I'll have to work this out. Hopefully we'll get to see him working next time. Just something behind me? No. Just to, like, show something off, so you guys have been wanting to hear the bell sound for quite a while now, so, here we go. So, swinging back, and... Lovely. Ain't it great to hear that? Anyways, with that, maybe we'll have more functional stuff happening next time, we'll see. I shall catch you all next time.